What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis Gemz.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gemz.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. You know, I be trying. You feel me?
You doing it.
I be trying.
You doing it.
What they do, people. What they do.
Hey, y'all, we back.
We're back.
How y'all doing?
I guess they all right. We can't really hear them.
I know, but hey, we doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
You
How
good?
you?
I am blessed. I'm here. We're here. Right?
Are we really?
Are we really what? Here? I'm
or
here.
Is it an illusion?
No, I'm here.
In the flesh, right?
I'm here.
So how you been?
I've been doing okay.
That's what's up.
Listen, I woke up this morning, even though everybody have their own personal, whatever everybody has going on, we just need to realize that we still breathing.
Yeah.
We still trying.
Yeah, true.
You know, like I'm in the process basically just trying to get closer to God because I know our relationship could be way better. So I'm good. I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm good.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. So, hey, we back again, Gemini Gems, what they do.
Thank y'all for coming.
And all the other people that's trying to figure us out. Yeah.
Yes.
What's up to y'all, too?
Hey. So they see the intro. They know who T is and, getting to know DP. And so we here. Like, we not going nowhere.
Nah, not at all.
So every Friday, just expect us to be here. And we good. We ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
All right. Want to tell the people what we talking about today?
What are we actually talking about? This is what me and my son do. Idea. So, today we are talking about gender roles.
Gender roles.
What male and female supposed to play in the relationship.
Oh, my goodness. I love that. Wait, can you say that again?
Okay.
What
male and female supposed to play in a relationship?
And the reason why I asked you to say that again is because some people might get, offended when you call them a female. And then some people feel offended when you call them a male. But in military, that's how they classify people.
Yeah, on the death certificate, they classify you as male or female.
Male or female.
When
so
you fill out an application,
right?
Are you a male or a female?
Are you a female? So
right.
Don't get upset if someone don't call you a man or a woman because
I think you taking that. I think that's too deep.
Oh, that's too deep. Okay, so we just gonna stick to strictly to
listen.
That's another topic. Listen, that's another topic. Come back.
We gotta bring you back.
Bring me back.
Come on.
Okay, y'all know when that sound means that. Oh, going in too deep. So we're going to stick to gender roles, like DP said. Listen,
for the males and females.
That's another topic we'll do. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, how bad is it? I mean, if you're a male, you're a male. If you're a female, you're a female.
It's the same thing as
in a relationship.
It's the same thing as like you can't just call a male a man because all males are not men.
Got you.
You understand?
So you have boys out there.
You have some
girls.
boys. Like, don't put no age. Oh, because I'm 35, 45, 55. Oh, I'm a man. No, you have to earn your badges. You have to own your crowns. You have to own the right to be called a woman and a man. But today, like he said, gender roles.
Are you ready?
Ready. Listen, they better get ready.
So what you think the role of a female in a relationship? And I'm going to ask you. Too.
So are we? Well,
hold on.
You said go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you too.
Okay.
And also give your opinion on what you think the male model
Okay.
supposed to be in a relationship as well.
But when you say relationships, are we just talking about
In the relationship,
marriage, not marriage? Because
we ain't
it's
even going.
levels.
We not going that deep yet.
We're not going that
we
deep
just talking
yet.
about just
a
relationship.
A relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Then we going next step is the marriage.
Okay, so just a basic relationship. Like, I don't even say the word basic, but as a woman, and this is what I had to learn, and I'm still learning. It's just, number one, just be yourself. So you don't have to change. So that moment you exchange phone numbers with the individual, and then you probably just have fun. If you talk about relationship, just number one, don't lose yourself. Continue to be who you are, and act like a queen. Because when you act like a queen, guess what? That male needs to treat you like a queen, and vice versa. So respect him. Like, that's the number one rule as a woman in a relationship that my father taught me, rest in peace, Dad. But he said, respect a man. And to me, it's that simple. So respect the man in a relationship. It's so many layers when it comes to gender roles, because we could talk about with the kids, without the kids, the house chores. It's just so much when it comes to gender roles.
So we not going that deep into marriage, right? So we just talking about the general, male and female relationship. Hey, I just met this girl like 2 days ago.
All right.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So I just met this girl like 2 days ago, and this is our first date. What is my role and what is her role?
For y'all to be yourself. You don't have to put no restrictions. You don't have to. It's no rules.
So am I opening the door?
Yes.
Okay.
You should. That's a part of a male, being a gentleman. You want to open a door for her. Like, a woman shouldn't have to touch really anything, to be honest. Like,
not even.
But that's in a perfect world. But
right.
Not to say it's not happening or no one's man is not doing that. But it's just, if we're talking about in a perfect world, yes, open my door, close my door, and help me sit down, and also help me get up, and when you say I'm sticking to the simple relationship.
Okay.
I'm not going in too deep. So
what you think the male role is? I mean, sorry, my bad, because you jump from female to male. I mean, what's the female role?
So, like you said, if we just exchange numbers just now, like 2 days in,
and this is our first day,
and this is our first date. Well, if this is our first date, you're not picking me up from my house, so we'll link up somewhere because I don't know you yet. Okay. So we'll meet up. It don't have to be at night, especially based off. It's just out of respect. It don't have to be nothing at night. So I would say just schedule something in the evening, and evening is after 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock and after is considered evening to me. Okay. And then be a gentleman. Let her be her, and y'all talk. No movies. I didn't come out to go to the movies, because when you go to the movies, you doing what? You being quiet because you watching a movie. Right. No, I don't want to be quiet. Right. I want to talk. I want to get to know you. So I will, do that.
So where should I take a person?
You said where?
Yeah. So you sit down. So we doing the dinner.
Where you want to take her? It's no rules to it. Okay. It's no rules. It's no rules.
To continue, that's just the beginning.
That's the beginning.
All right. So now we 6 months in. What's the role now when coming to date? Well, my bad. Before I could jump there, first date. Who paying?
Listen, you talking to T.
I know, right, but I'm just saying.
I'm only
since
speaking.
We talking about the role,
the gender roles. I'm only speaking for me and what I've used to do, or what my personality, what I do. It all depends. It all depends on what mood I'm in. Meaning, if I'm feeling the outing, I might suggest you want to split the tab. If I'm really probably not feeling him, I might be like, look, not to say it was a waste of my time, but you can go ahead and handle that. You understand? So either or, I can
Yeah,
pay
ruthless
for
out
it.
here.
But for me, depends on what mood I'm in. I might offer to split. Or, go ahead. Hopefully, he got it. Or if he don't, that's another red flag and you leave him right there. So.
Okay, so let's go down the line. 6 months in.
6 months in.
At this point, what is he expected to be doing?
I'm assuming, by 6 months in, sex is involved.
Okay.
So when sex get involved, feelings get involved. Excuse me. So you already have sex, right? Feelings there. I think because I know exactly what I want, I know exactly who I am. We should be talking about like relationship goals, like legacy goals, like try to
what's the
build a
roles?
foundation.
What's the roles?
What's the roles? For me, communication. Like I'm gonna keep talking because we don't live together. It's so many roles that plays when you live together. So in 6 months, for me, like it's people out there who probably do move in within 6 months, but if we live in two separate households, it's kind of limited on the roles because you over there, I'm over here. So within 6 months, we're not living together so it's like we got to keep talking, communication, keep getting to know each other.
Okay.
But by 6 months, we will have a plan.
So now we 2 years in.
2 years in. So a possibility that you might be married.
Engaged.
It's a possibility that children might be now involved.
Let's
right?
not go that deep. We just
Not
2 years.
So 2 years without
in a
kids.
relationship. 2 years still in a relationship.
2 years still in a relationship. So right
that
now,
second year, y'all about to get
so we
proposed
engaged.
to.
You're proposed to, right? So by this time, as a woman,
what are you doing for him?
What am I doing for him?
Or
I'm setting
you
setting the blueprint for him because this is what I was taught.
Okay.
Because now you said the proposal and getting ready for marriage. So you set the blueprint for the man because the man's supposed to go out and go work, go do the labor, right? And as the woman, we supposed to be home. We supposed to be cooking. We supposed to be cleaning. But we talk about 2021, right? So by this time, again, you said 2 years engagement. By now, freaking, we living together, okay? So if you already said, would you marry me within 2 years, we living together,
okay?
All right? And so it's just women set the blueprint. Like, I feel like the man's supposed to have the plan for his family. Like, you supposed to have the goal. You supposed to have the vision. Not taking away that I don't have goals and I don't have dreams, but it's like, as the man, you should want to lead your house. You want to lead your family. So you keep me occupied by telling me your plans, your visions. I'm here to support you. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So not to say I don't have dreams or goals. It's just give me something to do. Baby, listen, I had this idea. Whatever. I think it'll work. You think it'll work? Guess what? God created me to be creative.
You're a different breed.
Listen, he created me to do what? Listen to a man. So I didn't mean to do this like, let me put that hand gesture down. Let me move this hand.
Start something.
Oh, hell no. So, excuse me. No, not to say it. This one, not mine.
Right.
Okay, so let me say that. But as a woman, because we still talking gender roles, this is my opinion for it. So yeah, ladies, do the blueprint, but I need that man in a relationship to give me his goals, give me your dreams, because I can take you there. And
now, just pause for a second.
Go
right?
ahead.
So many women don't feel like they should follow a man's instruction. So what made you feel as though that should be your mission?
I guess because I'm still old school.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of older women in my life
that have successful marriages
based off what I've said. Okay. It probably took them more than once probably to get married. But hey, that's them. But from what I've seen in my life, that yeah, you be the male, I be the female,
right,
and it's just roles to it.
Okay,
it's roles.
So now we gonna move ahead.
Okay.
Now y'all 5 years in.
All right.
Y'all already married, moved in.
Okay.
Right. Y'all have 2 kids.
2 kids. Okay.
What's the roles?
What's the roles? As the
as a
female,
woman,
as the woman still. I guess now, because by then I'm assuming, because again we talk about 2021 times. If his income, let me tell you something. If his income if we can survive as a family off of the man's income, I'm not going to work.
Okay.
Okay? But if his income cannot pull what we really want and need, guess what? 2021, I'm gonna go get a job. All right, so I'm gonna just say that. So because it's
are
like
you splitting? Well, how much percentage are you contributing to?
And again, this is Terica's world.
Right.
If I had it my way,
But,
right? You
right.
talking about as far as bills?
Right.
I would say it's his responsibility to pay the mortgage.
So what's the percentage?
So
out of 100%,
at 100%,
how much are you contributing?
I contribute honestly 20%.
20%.
Even though
Okay.
I can contribute 100%, but I'm a sit back. I'm gonna let you be the man because you supposed to go out there and work. It's your, like, God created men to do the labor. Women supposed to be at home to be the nurturers, right? So, but again, talk about 2021 to where independent. Oh, I'm an independent woman,
right.
Or well, I need my own money, and maybe his income can't pull, his family. But guess what? It's his fault. You want to know why it's his fault? He should have his goals. He should have his dreams. So that way the woman could, baby, I support you. I'm on your team. Let's talk about it. Let me create the blueprint. After I roll up this blueprint, it's for you to go and do exactly what I told you to do from A to Z. So from A to Z, and guess what? That's how you make your money. You work together. And there's so many ways for this conversation. I don't want to steer off, but I'm just being real. So Brene Brown, I love you. It's an author out there by the name of Brene Brown. And it was a book that I read, From Dare to Lead. And like she said, your talent, like God gave everybody a talent, right? And I'm not going to steer off from gender roles conversation, but everybody has a talent. Invest in yourself with the talent God gave you. And guess what? That's how you make your money. All right. So if my significant other, this man, gave me goals, I know his talent. I'm going to do the blueprint based off his talent. And guess what? That's how we're going to make our money. And at the same time, that's how we get our time.
So the blueprint comes after he gives you the vision?
The blueprint comes after he gives me his dreams and his goals.
Okay.
It comes after.
Right.
So now we already built the foundation. We're basically starting the legacy, especially after you said I do. Like, we're starting the legacy.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just that simple. I feel like it could be that simple. But don't lose yourself, women, in the midst of it. Or what about my dreams? I can hear somebody, but what about my dream? It's going to happen, because when he's successful, y'all have all the time that you need. Guess what? Now you can be like, babe, what you want? You know what? You got us here. So it's your time. Everybody has their season. We all can be fighting. Well, this is season for me. This is season for me. Somebody gonna feel left out. So everybody take turns. So you know what? You got the most dreams and goals. It was your idea. You the head. You the man. I'ma rock with you until we go figure this shit out. You guess what? You successful. You blooming. Like, everything is happening. The family, we in order. Everything ain't perfect, but you know what? A king gonna recognize the queen. Like, baby, you been holding it down for the past 10 years. Now I need you to take a break. We exactly where we need it to be. Now it's your turn. And guess what? You might take it for the rest of the marriage. Give him the first few years. And guess what? This is just my opinion. You'll have the rest of the marriage. Didn't you say forever? You didn't say I do? Until death do us part, right? hopefully, God willing, I want to see 80s and 90s. So you telling me I'm gonna give you 10 years, and then I'm gonna take the 50 left? That's my vision.
So you gotta take the 50. You gotta take the 50.
What
the
you mean
50
take
years. What you just said.
It's just I'm gonna still make sure he happy, or that significant other happy. But we talk about gender roles.
Right. What is the role of the woman?
I just told you. I feel like it's that simple.
Is what?
I feel like it's that simple.
Is
I
that
told
simple?
you that's it.
Okay.
I
You
feel
ready?
Like I'm ready. Go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead.
So we're gonna start off with the I met you 2 days.
Okay, I'm
Right.
going
And
back.
we going
ahead.
what? We going on a date?
Going on a date.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit you up.
All right.
Hey, what you doing? What's a good time?
Okay.
So you could go out, pick you up.
Oh, you gonna pick me up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you up.
Okay. All right.
I may have some flowers inside the car.
Wow. Holy crap.
Right.
Okay.
I'm being a gentleman.
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or being pleasant, right?
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna get out the car and like if I'm picking you up from the crib, I'm meeting your old girl, I'm meeting the old boy. Hey, how you doing? My name's so and so. Yeah, I'm taking your daughter out. This is me. I'll be the one that's taking out your daughter.
I have a question before you go on, but we're talking about.
I'm trying to go through all of it because this is my role I have to play.
But is there age? Because if she grown, you ain't gotta meet my mama. You ain't gotta meet my daddy, right?
Like I said,
Okay.
if I'm picking you up from your house,
Right.
and let's say you're staying with your mom,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Or you're staying with your dad.
Okay.
Whoever's in the house, even if it's the child, and I happen to meet the child.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Got
Hey, how
you.
you doing, little
Okay.
one?
Okay.
This, that, and the third. Because sometimes
All
it
right.
plays out that way.
You're right. Oops.
So most people, most women I have dealt with in my past didn't have their own when I first started talking to them.
Gotcha.
Or if they did, they had little ones.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as what I can remember. Or they had someone like a sister that was there or whatever. And hey, how you doing? So I'm playing the role of being a gentleman.
Okay. I got
So
you.
I'm putting that out there. So I'm taking you from the crib. We get in the car. Of course, I open the door.
All right.
And we'll go somewhere to eat.
All right.
I do the dinner in the movies. The reason why, because sometimes the nervousness be set in.
Okay.
And you don't feel as comfortable. So we go to the movies. Hey, you want some popcorns? To see also too, if the person they need to be entertained, or they can have their own they can be their own entertainment, right?
Okay.
So they can laugh at a joke on the screen, or
Gotcha.
oh man, I'm so bored. You can tell the vibe or whatever.
You're right.
Or even if you have to take them out to a club or whatever situation. Some people have a first date at church, a church service. So you see how that goes, and then from there, of course, I think I'm going to pay for everything. Because that's just how I am.
Okay.
Not saying every man feels that way, but I will. I have put some money to the side.
Okay.
Then I'm taking them out.
All right.
So while we at the table, there's certain etiquettes that I have. And I learned this like from my granddad and his friends. So of course I help you sit down, but if you stand up, I stand up with you. Till you leave, go use the bathroom. When you come back, you sit down. I'm kind of old fashioned with that because I actually seen it and I adopted.
So wait, because I never heard that before.
Yeah, my granddad and one of
Wow.
his friends was sitting at the table. We was at my granddad's house.
Okay.
And my while they were talking, my grandma was also sitting. So she was like, "Oh, excuse me." She was getting ready to do something.
Okay.
And my granddad and his friends stood up.
Wow.
And even if you watch some of the old school movies, or the old fashioned movies, that's what they were doing. That's just a certain etiquette. But most women don't pay attention to those things. because they're used to opening the door for themselves. And
Right.
then if the dude, he just put his arm out, and then he'll walk in afterwards.
Gotcha.
So they don't pay attention to that.
Okay.
So I noticed that, so I do it. I may not practice it all the time, but I do that, especially when we're out.
Right.
So this is the role I'm trying to stay on top of it with the role that I would play in my mind.
Wow. And I applaud you for that. Like, I never experienced nothing like that.
Okay. So we going to continue on the date, right?
Okay.
So while we're at the dinner table,
Right.
right? So if a male waitress come, or well, let me put it this way: if a female waitress come, I have her to order for me.
But this is the second date.
This the first date.
Well, this is the first date.
And I would let her know, like,
Okay.
if a female waitress come, hey, I want you to order my food for me,
Okay.
so that I won't take my attention off of her
Wow.
to give it to another female.
Gotcha.
This is the role that I play. You feel
Gotcha.
me?
I respect that.
So I would want to receive that back.
Okay.
If not, it's fine.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So after the date, it depends on how it goes. We may, because we live in Miami Beach. We live in Miami, so the beach is right there.
Okay.
So we may go walk on the beach,
Gotcha.
or we may slide to, I guess, a spot wherever she may want to go. Or she may, hey, this ain't my cup of tea. I ain't used to this. I want to go home. Okay, no problem. And she won't literally say that,
Right.
but she would say it in so many words.
Right.
So therefore, I either take her home or we'll just end the night some type of way.
Okay.
So that's date one.
And go straight to 6 months.
Let's go to 6 months.
Right.
Basically, I'm doing the same thing. Far as we going out, but my role at that time is to make sure she's straight.
Okay.
So not saying I'm sitting up here paying all her bills and all of that stuff, but let's say she has some mechanical problems. I'm helping her.
Right.
Tire flat, I'm helping her.
Right.
What else? Like moving furniture, helping out in different physical areas that she cannot physically do.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But those are the actual like role I'm gonna play in her life. Like, I'm not gonna be her dad, but I'm gonna be a dad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be her boyfriend. I'm gonna be the guy in her life that she can depend on.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
Conversation. I'm gonna direct her, show her, okay, that's not wise. That's not smart. Think about it again. You shouldn't handle that relationship like that. I'm literally like dissecting her and trying to build her. You get what I'm saying? What else?
I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't think a lot of people, number one, a lot of people are going to agree what we're saying. A lot of people have their own opinions. So this is why we're here, because we're just sparking a conversation.
Right.
And I just want that to be known.
Right.
And when you said that, I had a vision that came across my mind. Beyonce said this years ago. It was some recording. I think it was her birthday. And she gave Jay-Z a shout out. Like, she told him and told everybody at the dinner party, like, he made me the woman that I am today. Like, she said he taught her how to be a woman, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm not saying the fashion and all that, but how you just said, it just reminded me that Beyonce was like, look, if it wasn't for this man right here, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people will get what you're saying.
Right. They're not, because they want to be the masculine energy in the relationship.
Women, we're not masculine. I'm sorry.
But
Let me speak for
to the equality and all of that.
Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, but I want to be a woman. I don't want to be masculine. That's the man. Excuse me. That's his job.
Right.
I'm serious. Like, no, I want to be soft.
I feel you.
Okay.
As you're made to be, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm helping. Now, I'm not making so much solo decisions by myself, like solo decisions by myself, but I'm making sound decisions regarding the relationship, especially if we're trying to get somewhere.
Gotcha.
You know, those 6 months, I'm finding out what you're inspired to be, also along with what I'm trying to become,
right?
And what we trying to go, how we can, like, I guess, commingle these things together,
right,
and be able to get through it, and like be full accomplished in it. So, and then I'm all about being a fully developed person, you know, being well-rounded and stuff like that. So in relationships, you got to understand those folks, their background and all of that stuff. So I try to dissect the person, analyze the person, and see exactly where, how, what I can fix, how I can do it, what can I do, and also not just me with them, but them with me. You get what I'm saying?
Grow together.
Right. So, okay, that's 6 months in.
Right.
Now we're 2 years in.
2 years in.
Usually my relationships don't last that long.
We're 2 years in.
Right. So now we're 2 years in, and I'm thinking about engagement, kids, where we're going to stay, and where we're going to go.
Okay.
Now this my mindset, you know, and like before we actually tie the knot, how much fun are we gonna have?
Right. Oh,
are we gonna have some fun?
Listen, ladies, to add to that, when you get married, you stay the girlfriend. Don't lose yourself.
Right.
Don't lose being a girlfriend. Even when you say I do, how he just said about the fun. You was fun when you was a girlfriend. Just because you got a title to whatever marriage or whatever. Listen, don't lose the girlfriend.
So I always told myself, right? Watching the different relationships that I was surrounded by, that I will always date my wife. If I was to ever get married, I will always date her.
Facts.
The reason why is because my granddad and my grandma, they was always dating each other.
Right.
Every Friday night, they would literally go to the crab house, come home, watch a movie or sports or whatever
Right.
my granddaddy wanted to watch, and they'll be sitting up there cracking the crab.
Love it.
You get what I'm saying? And they would do that once they clocked out from work.
Okay.
They would always have a routine. They would come home, get dressed, match, go wherever they needed to go.
Right.
And then they would go to the crab house, bring it back home, and do it. And they did it for so long.
Wow.
But that was an enjoyment and a delight within their relationship.
Right.
And I always said, like, I want to do that because I seen it.
I like
we
that.
would come over to their house on Fridays
Right.
and literally see them cracking crabs.
Right.
And they'll give it, because we were small around this time, so they'll give us a little bit. We'd be like, ugh, that's nasty, like my son. Ew, that's yucky, right? But
I like that.
I always told myself, even my parents, they would date each other here and there, but I didn't see the always, because of the dynamic that we were in. But I told myself I will always, make sure I'm dating, we going out, and
I like that.
And I know my life. I know life should be full of fun,
right,
and enjoyment.
Yes,
not
never
so
a
much,
dull moment.
Right. So and I always believe in this too, creating memorable moments.
Always.
So it'll be those moments in life where I can tell my son, hey, I used to do X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
And then it can go from there. So to bring it back, making sure I accomplish certain things within the 2 years so that it can be basically a mark for the rest of our relationship.
You setting the foundation.
Right. So in that foundation that I'm setting, now it's time to complete it, start to add on it, which is to build the house.
Gotcha.
For the family. Yeah, for the family.
Right.
And my legacy.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Or our legacy.
Right.
Because I don't want to be selfish.
Exactly. It's going to be our legacy. Not our legacy, but just
right.
adding. I have to keep saying that.
Right. But they should understand we ain't on that.
I hope they understand.
But people going to be people.
Hey,
Let them be.
Hey, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
So it's all the same.
So now the 5 year and we're married with the 2 kids. Now there should be certain let's say goals or certain milestones that we should meet with. So the roles that I'm playing is to be the provider, right? So that we can get to where we gotta go,
right?
To complete the house,
right?
So that we can leave something for the kids, right? So and then their grandkids. I mean, then our grandkids. So with the roles that I'm playing at this time, the role that I'm playing, I'm gonna retract, right? So the 2 years, the role that I'm playing is basically the same.
Okay.
You know, being consistent with making sure we accomplishing our vision,
right?
Getting to where we gotta go, saving money,
right?
Making sure I'm able to provide, even if our relationship ends. Most of my relationships, once I've ended my relationship, they always leave with something.
Okay.
You know, so I will make sure that they're still good. If it's mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, I will make sure they leave with something.
I'm with you with
You
that.
get what I'm saying?
I agree. I think every relationship should end that way.
Right.
It don't have to be toxic.
Right.
It does not. And I like that. Like, thank you for saying that. I can't add nothing more. But
no pressure.
I like that. That's exactly how things should be if you separate.
Right.
Okay.
So now, after the 2 years, now we into the 5 years, 2 kids, same thing. I mean, what the example I gave, question I gave. So now 2 or 5 years in with 2 kids, now the roles that I'm playing is still being the provider.
Right.
And I understand that if I'm making, I guess, more than 100,000,
okay,
that I'm not going to have as much time with the family, right? Because I'm talking about 100,000 and more.
Why you feel that?
Because if I'm not employed and I'm an entrepreneur, then my time is very scarce, it's limited.
Right.
So I'm not going to spend as much time, but I have to figure it out. I think
prioritize.
Right. So I think that I think it's P. Diddy. He takes 3 months out of the year just to relax.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But he stays on go. I think I heard that before, but not just one time, but 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And I always said, well, that may be that time that he spends
with his family. Right.
Because he has a connection with all his kids. Right. So I said I would do, basically I would, once I have the time, that's what I'm dedicating my time to build. Right. I need a relationship with mine. Now, how much am I paying of bills and things of that sort? I think I'm trying to pay 100%.
Okay.
But if I cannot, because let's say I'm not that ambitious, right? I'm not that hungry, right?
Got you.
I will, like you say, the 80-20, I'm willing to go 50-50. And the reason why is because, not saying I won't be able to do the 80 or the 70 or the 60, but the reason why I'm able to do half is because half of the energy that my wife is putting in, I'm putting in the same amount. Well, all the energy that she's putting into raising the kids, picking them up and all of that stuff, cooking, cleaning and all of that stuff,
gotcha.
I will be willing to do the same.
Okay.
That's only if I'm not able to provide, because providing means I won't have the time.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But if I do have the time, I'm putting that energy in, which doesn't allow me to make the money. So I'm substituting with the time. And I think the time is more important than actually the money.
I agree.
But that's side.
It's so many tiers that we can go with this conversation, because even while you're talking, I have 5 or 10 things just to add, but I'm over here just no.
Appreciate it because you let me get through it.
I was let DP get through it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So that's just and so to continue with the role. Now my role is to, of course, provide, make sure I make time, and make sure I protect. You know what I'm saying? So there are certain things that my wife may do, and this is because of the conversations that we would have, like girls that be on the phone before walking inside the house. You shouldn't do that, right? So I'm teach her that, you know, if she's doing it, you know, by that time she should already learn that and know that.
I'm sure by that time,
right.
5 years in,
Right.
she already know.
She
She know
already
all of this before
Don't
she
go
said
to the
I
gas
do.
station at nighttime.
Oh, she know all of this before she
These
said I
things,
do.
right? She should already know, but I make sure I'm, you know, continuous with saying these teaching, and also being teachable. So, I mean, to be taught. So, now, when it comes down to the cooking and cleaning, I mean, I was raised by my mom to clean, right? So I'm going to continue to clean.
Thank you.
Even if I'm cleaning behind myself.
Thank you.
Making sure it's not so much of a mess.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I'm going to put my clothes in the hamper instead of leaving it on the phone.
We appreciate that. Because that's a turn on. I'm going to just add, a turn on to a woman is, guess what? You're the man, I'm a woman. I don't want to look at you and I don't want you to make me feel you a damn child. Excuse my language. But you're not a child. You're a man. So the gender role, when it comes to that part, like, thank you for picking up after yourself. Thank you for assisting with the house chores, because a woman want to look at a man. I don't want to treat you like a child.
Right. So men, I think men do clean behind themselves. Boys don't. Go ahead and drop a gem.
Go ahead and drop a gem.
So
that's what I was talking about. You have to earn your badges.
Right.
You understand? Okay.
So so staying in my role, in my place as a man.
Gotcha.
And because I don't think I'm just a provider, but bring wisdom and knowledge and understanding to the family. Right. You know, so that there can be an order. Right. You know, bring structure. Right. So that we can meet these mile markers as we begin to grow. Like, even for my son, there are certain things I already have planned out for him before he even gets 16. You know, at 5 years old, I want him to accomplish this. At 6, he has to have this by 10, by 15, by 13.
I like that.
You know, and by 15. He has to have certain things. And then 16 should be a breeze. 16 to 18 should be a breeze.
Gotcha.
You know, and not just, I'm not talking about having birthday parties or buying him a chain or buying him some new shoes. Or, I guess people with the
you
designer
teaching him
stuff.
The values of life.
But there are certain things, for example, like, by the age of 5, I already told me I'm laying back on me being so loving. Okay. I gotta be a little bit more firm. Okay. You know, so he's gonna, oh, daddy, get off of me. Right. You know, because he has to learn how to stand on his own too. Like my godson, I used to teach him right at 5, stand on your own 2 feet, be your own man. Gotcha. You know, think for yourself, be a leader, not a follower.
Well, can the mom still be the nurturer? Like, if he fall and you know, she see blood, like, so, is it okay if she pick up her 5-year-old and say, you know?
So 5 years old, I understand, right? But like I tell you, incident that happened with my godson, he fell out of the bed, hit the corner of the counter. I mean, what do you call it? Nightstand. Okay. Right? So he hits it. I tell her, you know, because he's not my son. So she lets me know. So I tell her, hey, make sure he doesn't fall asleep. Because, you know, what I do for my living, that's what happened to a child. Wow. He ended up falling asleep and then passed away. Wow. So I told her, make sure he, he doesn't fall asleep.
Any hard fall, our parents taught us. Right. Don't fall asleep. Right. Don't let him go to sleep.
Right. So he didn't. Then he grew a big lump on his head. Right. She went, oh.
Yes, I know.
Then turned around. You can't play. I'm like, huh? The doctor cleared him. Say he's okay.
He's okay.
The lump's gonna go down.
Right. Right.
You know, and basically he didn't have to take medicine or nothing like that, but ice it and stuff like that. And
gotcha.
She's like, no, he can't play and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, no, let him play.
I understand.
he was asleep.
Right.
You know, even when a bee bit his eyelid, his face grew. Like, she wants to, no, he can't do this, and yes, he can.
That
He
sounds
fine.
like
He just
somebody
can't see.
I know.
You know, so right, I know.
Okay.
So I guess that's the reason for having a man,
right,
you know, being present in their kid's life.
That's why the kids period needs both parents.
Right.
In a perfect world.
Right.
Okay. But we're going back to gender roles.
So
okay.
Now, as me being the man, it's certain things that I will try to make sure my child reaches. Now, my wife and I should have an understanding where, okay, this is what he wants in his life for his kids, so let me follow suit. Now, should she not accomplish those things that she wants to accomplish with her kids? Should she?
She better accomplish what she also wants for her kids.
So, and I should be in support of that as well.
Right.
Right. So now, should she accomplish things in her life that she should?
Yes.
Right. So she should.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
But long as it doesn't deter from the whole vision of the family.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I had years ago, I had created a covenant book. God showed me this vision of having a covenant book with him. I mean, of course, I didn't follow suit, but I created it. So I have something to always reflect on, always go back. Yes, I have the scriptures. Yes, I have the Bible.
Right.
But I have a covenant with him that I should follow suit. So then I thought about it in a relationship, I should have a covenant too.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of people, they'll get married, but then they won't follow suit thereof. But that's a different topic.
Hey, that's a different topic.
Right. So
that's a different topic.
So my role as a man is to make sure that we keep meeting the requirements of the instructions that's given.
What y'all started.
Right.
What you initiated when you first exchanged phone numbers.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, it probably could get a little bit more deep.
Of course it can.
As far as the roles, but
we're just here to spark the conversation with the people, and we're just having a discussion.
So I think that most people in relationships should visit this type of sit down, or this type of ordinance within their relationship. Like, let's sit down and let's really talk about this type of layout for our lives and our kids' lives. Because some people, they want the relationship, but they don't want to put the work in.
It's a lot of work.
But they don't even know how to put work in.
That too.
Because nobody has ever showed them. They've never seen it. They never know what goes on in the parents' bedroom and stuff like that. So I will always encourage people that especially are in relationships to make sure you sit down and you know where each other are coming from. Like, okay, everybody got the back traumas and either they've been molested, raped, or
it's a lot of trauma.
A mom hasn't been available, dad wasn't available,
everything.
And cousins beat them up and all of that stuff, been picked on, picked out because they didn't have or they lacked something, which is the same thing. But I think those things, once we brush through those, we can actually get to our purpose.
But I wanted to ask, because I think we did great for saying what gender roles mean to us.
Right.
And it was a part because I left one out. But you said it, but I left it out. And it was just, thank you for saying every week how your grandparents, they were dating, because as a woman, we don't want to always plan everything. Like, we know, hey, you working, I might be working, or, whoever working. We doing what we doing, but for the man to say, you know what, baby, just get ready. Like, okay, where we going? Don't worry about where we going. I just want you to get ready. You look your best, and I'm finna take you out. Guess what? Holy crap. Like, you already won before. Of course, you go get the cookie at the end of the night, but it's just, help us help you as women. Like, I'm trying to, and what we're talking about, I'm giving men the answer key. But at the end of the day, and again, this is my opinion, but I think I'm giving you the simple answer key, but it's up to y'all how y'all going to apply it. All right. And that's what I tell my kids. That's what I tell my family and friends. We can keep teaching and trying to, learn from one another, but the last action is applying. You have to apply what you were taught. So I just wanted to add that because the gender roles, it's like it's a lot. Not to say a boy can't cook or a boy don't supposed to wash dishes or know how to do hair. Listen, do whatever your hobbies. It's some men out there who does hair. It's some men out there who does makeup. So I don't want to go into the gender roles of, you know, things like that. But we strictly just talking about like relationships part. Because hey, you got the LGBTQ community out there to where you have have that. So it's just
even in that would be playing a role.
Yeah, everybody has to have a role.
Okay.
And so Geminis Gemz, DPT, like we're not going anywhere. So if you have any topics you want us to discuss,
put it in the comments.
Please put it in the comments. Go to our website, GeminisGemz.com. Our contact information is there. Message us. Like, we're not hiding. We're not saying what we're saying is, oh, these are real facts. No, it's just sparking conversations. It's just bringing some darkness to the light. Because guess what? It's no more being quiet. It's no more being in the dark.
We got something to say.
We have so much to say. Facts. And if you feeling us off this episode right here, just keep tuning in. We're coming back. We're doing so much within the community that we're doing behind the scenes that it won't happen overnight, but continue to follow us, continue to support us. And again, any questions, any concerns, anything just dealing with life. We live in Miami. We're in Miami Gardens. So, you know, the kids about to get ready to go back to school in August. So it's just like, you're not alone. And because you see like, oh my gosh, these two probably too young to even know what they're talking about. You just get to know us.
That's why we are talking
get
from
to know
our
us
perspective.
Before you judge us, get to know us. Get to know us. We're good people. It's all love.
That's all.
It's all love. All right, DP, you can close it.
Oh, you want me to close it? So I mean, basically, she put it all in a nutshell. You just gotta follow us, like, comment, subscribe. Gemini Gemz. That's Geminis with an S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
We go drop them gems.
That's what I'm talking about.
Until next time, you guys.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.